Beginning in a comfortable seat, allow the legs to be crossed if possible, the sit bones to be rooted into the ground, and the shoulders to start to stack over the hips. As you're seated, just notice the flow of the air begin to enter and exit through the nostrils. Noticing the temperature and the pace of the breath, and how the breath feels as it moves through the body. On your next inhale, lift through the crown or top of head, lengthening the spine. And on your exhale, softly allow the shoulders to fall around, down, and back in towards the spine. Keeping the shoulders relaxed. Chin pointed slightly down to keep the airway open. Noticing the rise in the belly on the inhale and the fall in the belly on the exhale. On your next inhale, bring both palms to heart center, sit tall, widen the chest, and release both hands back down to the lap. Inhale, lengthen through the crown of head. Exhale, gaze over right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, gaze over left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, releasing air through the nose. Inhale, send both palms and gaze up towards the ceiling or sky. Exhale, float the hands down to the ground behind you. Just lifting the chest here. Rotate the right hand behind the back and the left hand to left or right knee, twisting to the right. Keeping the collarbones wide. Belly drawn in and up to the spine. On your exhale, unwind. Inhale, lift both palms and gaze. Exhale, float the hands just behind the back or bottom. Rotate the left hand behind the back and right arm to the right or left knee, twisting to the left. Navel draws in and up. And on your exhale, unwind back to the center. Just uncross the legs from here, allowing the sit bones to root into the ground, bending the knees, lifting the feet off the ground into a boat pose or Savasana. You can keep the knees bent or straighten the legs. For more difficulty, you can keep the hands connected to the legs or release the hands. Make sure the low back is nice and firm and the body's in a V-like shape. On your exhale, cross the legs, plant the hands in front of you, and just come up into a standing forward fold. So planting both feet to the ground, extending the tailbone high, allowing the knees to be bent if needed, and the upper body to just relax over the lower body, hanging towards the ground like a rag doll. A little bend to the knees can protect the low back. You can bend the knees as much or little as you like. Kind of bending and straightening the legs to warm up the legs. You'll bring the hands to the ground or shins, lift up halfway here. Plant the left hand under left shoulder, inhale, right arm skyward. Exhale the right hand to the ground under right shoulder, inhale, left arm skyward. You might bend one or both of the knees to do that. On your exhale, release both hands to the ground. Inhale, halfway to a flat back. Exhale, soften the head towards the shins. Inhale, roll up nice and slow, all the way to standing, lifting palms and gaze, and exhale, send palms and gaze to heart. Inhale, lift the shoulders to the ears. Exhale, the shoulders around, down, and back. Inhale, you'll lift the shoulders to ears, and exhale, around, down, and back, releasing the tension. Inhale, lengthen through top of head. Exhale, gaze to the right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, gaze over left shoulder. Inhale, come center, bring both palms to the heart. Send palms and gaze up on inhale. Exhale, bend from hips to fold forward. Inhale, halfway to a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank position. Shoulders over the wrists. Exhale, high to low. Inhale, expand the chest, look up into upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog, or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Looking for a nice long spine here. Arms are long, back is long. Knees can stay bent if the legs aren't warm. Hands are planted firmly. Feet are about hips distance apart. Noticing the air enter and exit through nose. On your next exhale, bend the knees, look ahead, travel the top of mat. Inhale, halfway to a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, nice and slow, lift to standing, send palms up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Inhale, lift the shoulders to ears. Exhale, around, down, and back. Again, lift on inhale. Exhale, shoulders around, down, and back. Inhale to lift and exhale to release. Inhale, send palms and gaze up. Exhale, bend from the hips to fold forward. From here, you'll keep both feet to the ground, knees slightly bent, and allow the upper body to just hang like a rag doll, maybe swing side to side. And then plant the palms to the ground, bending the knees, lowering the butt or bottom to the ground. Inhale, lift the chest and gaze. Exhale, straighten the legs and fold forwards. Inhale, bend the knees, lower the butt, lift the chest, look up. Exhale, straighten the legs to fold forward. Inhale, bend the knees, lowering the bottom, lifting the chest. And exhale, fold forward, straightening legs. On your next inhale, bring both arms behind your back, interlacing all 10 fingers. And try to lift the arms as much away from the body or head as you can, releasing the shoulder blades or the space between the shoulder blades. On your next exhale, release the palms or fingertips to the ground. Inhale halfway, keeping the left hand or fingertips to the ground. Inhale, right arm skyward. You might need to bend the knee for that. On your exhale, right hand comes to the ground under shoulder. Inhale, left arm skyward, twisting left. And exhale, release left hand to the ground. Inhale halfway, flattening the back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank position. Exhale, travel high to low, elbows stay close to body. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, back, downward dog. And keep the arms and spine nice and long, planting firmly through both palms and throughout all 10 fingertips, making sure you're using the pressure into the fingertips, not just in the palm or wrist. Noticing the air enter through the nostrils, exit through the nostrils. On that exhale, you'll bend the knees, look ahead, travel the top of mat, lifting halfway on your inhale. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, rise to standing, and exhale, send palms to heart. Inhale, lift both palms and gaze. On your exhale, fold forward, planting both palms to the mat. Step back to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg on inhale. Exhale, pulse right knee into chest or nose. Inhale, lift right leg. Exhale, pulse right knee in. Inhale to lift. And exhale, pulse right knee in. Hold the knee above the ground, pulling it into the chest. Inhale, lift right leg skyward. And exhale, set right foot back down. Downward dog. Switching legs. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, bend knee, pulse it into chest or nose. Inhale, lengthen left leg. Exhale, pulse knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen the leg. Exhale, pulse knee to nose. Shoulders over the wrists. Keep the knee lifted. Then inhale, left leg skyward. Exhale, plant both feet back to the ground. On your inhale, shift to a plank position and just exhale. Set the knees down so you're at a 45-degree angle with the body. Knees to the ground, shoulders over the wrists. Lift one right leg if you can, if that's not too much pressure on the knee. Sort of a one-legged modified plank. And exhale, set one leg down. If you lifted the leg, lift the opposite leg, keeping the shoulders over the wrists. Modified plank from the knee. And then exhale, set both knees down to the ground. And just make your way all the way down to the belly. Releasing your arms out to the sides or folding your hands to make a pillow. Relax your head on your hands for a moment. Again, observing the flow of air through the body. Trying, if you can, to keep nice, even breath, allowing the inhales to match the exhales. And if you've kept your head to one side, just switch so your gaze is turned the opposite direction. And once you switch the head or gaze, just take a few more breaths, trying to enjoy and observe the stillness and any reactions you might have to the stillness. Slowly bring both palms back underneath the shoulders, elbows in, and inhale up all the way to a downward facing dog. So allowing the hips to come away from the hands, the tailbone nice and high. Next, inhale, lift the right leg, swing the right foot through between the hands, drop the left heel, inhale up, warrior one. Hips face the front of the mat or forwards here. And on your exhale, release both arms behind the back, interlacing all 10 fingers. Inhale, lift the chest, and exhale, draw the shoulder blades around, down and together behind. As you release, bring both palms to heart center, and then rotate the left foot so it's parallel to the short side of your mat to warrior two. Front heel to back arch alignment, arms are extended nice and strong, front and back. Gaze is over that front right hand or middle finger. On your exhale, release the right elbow to right knee. Inhale, left arm skyward. So if you're in side angle or Parsvakonasana, you want to feel a nice long stretch along left side of body, grounding left foot to the ground. Don't worry if you're facing the opposite direction as me. On your next inhale, you'll bring both palms to heart center, open the chest, then lift both arms in front of and behind you to a T, warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front right leg. And turn the back left toes to a 45-degree angle. So your hips are facing forwards, both legs straight, both toes facing forwards, and you'll exhale, bending to a flat back. So the back is parallel to the ground. You can keep the palms to heart center to keep the back flat, opening the chest. Also trying to press that right hip back. On your exhale, you'll bend the right knee, plant the palms to the ground, lower the left knee to the ground, low lunge. And inhale, both arms skyward. If you can, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Allowing the front right knee over the ankle. On your exhale, release the fingers to that interlace behind the back, again, keeping the chest expanded. And on your exhale, release both palms to the ground, framing that right foot. Curl the back left toes under. Lifting the left knee if you need to make it comfortable so you're not pressing on the left kneecap. And then you'll allow that stretch under the right leg and the front of left hip here, sort of a hip opener. You can keep supported through both hands as you allow the hips to gently sink downwards or forwards a bit, making sure glutes are relaxed. So keeping the hands connected to the ground, give that back left knee a bend so the foot faces the ceiling, sky. And then exhale, set it down, curl the left toes under, bring your body back to downward facing dog. On your inhale, shift forward to the plank. Exhale, travel high to low, keeping elbows close. Inhale to upward dog and exhale back downward dog. Nice long spine. Smooth breath. On the exhale, bend the knees, look ahead, travel the top of mat, lift halfway to a flat back on inhale. Exhale, plant the palms or fingertips to the mat. On inhale, lower the bottom, bending the knees. On exhale, straighten the legs and fold. Inhale, bend the knees, lower the bottom, look ahead. Exhale, straighten the legs and fold. Inhale, bend the knees to that squat, and exhale, straighten the legs to fold forward. Inhale, find that slow rise to standing. Lift the palms and gaze. Exhale, send palms to heart center. Inhale, lift the shoulders. Exhale, round down and back. Inhale, lifting shoulders to ears. Exhale, release the tension. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release that tension. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, gaze over right shoulder. Inhale to lengthen spine. Exhale, gaze over left shoulder. Inhale back to center. Send both arms all the way up, overhead. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale halfway to a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Travel high to low on exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Allow the tailbone remain nice and high. Lift the left leg on inhale. Exhale, swing the left foot through this time, dropping the right heel and coming up to warrior one. Hips face forward here. You might need to press that left hip back a bit. Chest is wide. And on next exhale, release both arms behind, interlacing the fingers, keeping the chest expanded. Rooting firmly through both feet. Left knee stays over the ankle. And bring the palms back to heart center, expand the chest, and lengthen the arms in front of and behind you, warrior two. Back right foot this time is parallel to the short side of mat. Be sure to ground through the outer edge of right foot to lengthen or extend through the front left fingertips. On your exhale, bring left elbow to left thigh. Inhale, right arm overhead, keeping the palm faced down. Side angle. Again, nice long stretch on the right side of body. Looking for length, right hand to right foot. And on inhale, bring both palms up to heart center, arms to a T, warrior two. And the next inhale, straighten the front left leg. You'll take a step to turn the right toes in, facing both hips and toes forward. You might inhale, lengthening the arms. You'll exhale to a flat back, allowing the back to be parallel to the ground. Hands to heart center to keep the back flat and chest open. Smooth breath here, both legs straight. On the exhale, bend the left knee, set the hands to the ground, framing the left foot, and soften the right knee to the ground or mat. Inhale up to that low lunge, arms skyward, shoulders relaxed, keeping front left knee over the ankle, allowing the hips to sink forward a bit, softening the glutes. On the exhale, releasing both hands behind the back to that interlace, keeping the chest expanded in front of body. And on the exhale, release both hands to frame the left foot. You might walk the hands inside of the left foot if you like, or you can keep them wherever's most comfortable to support your hips here, hip opening. So the hands will stay under the shoulders if they're inside the leg. And try to soften in the hips, glutes, allowing a nice stretch to the front right hip and the left hamstring. And keeping the hands comfortable as they are, you'll bend that right knee, lifting the toes skyward, just bringing an extra added stretch. And then release right toes to the ground, curl right toes under, and step back to downward facing dog. Long spine, long arms, navel draws in and up to the spine. Inhale, lift the right leg skyward. Exhale, pulse right knee to chest. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, pulse the knee in. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, pulse the knee in. Hold the knee above the ground, pulling into the chest, and then release the right knee to the ground into your pigeon or half pigeon pose. The right knee is to the ground, the right foot towards the left wrist, as much as is comfortable. You want to make sure the hips stay nice and level here. You're not rocking too much to one side or the other. So even if you can normally come to the forearms or to another place, just stay where you are for a moment, keeping the chest lifted, noticing that the hips are nice and level, allowing the air to enter and exit through the nose. And on the exhale, shift over onto the right bottom or butt cheek, swing that left leg or foot up and over the right knee. Inhale, arms skyward, and exhale, twist to the left. So the left hand will fall behind the back, close to the bottom, and the right arm is outside of the left knee. You're lifting up through crown of head and twisting over to the left. On the exhale, you'll unwind back to the center. Inhale to a boat pose. Bent knees or straight legs, arms connected or not. Low back is firm no matter where you choose. On the exhale, release the legs to the ground, the hands to the ground, and come up to that standing forward fold again, tailbone high. Inhale, bend the knees, lower the bottom, look up. Exhale, forward fold, straight legs. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the chest. Exhale, forward fold, straight legs. Inhale, bend the knees, lift the chest and gaze, and exhale, straight legs to fold forward. Inhale, halfway to a flat back. Exhale, plant the palms, step back to plank. Exhale, high to low, chaturanga. Inhale, expand the chest, engage inner thighs, and exhale, downward facing dog. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed here. Lift the left leg on inhale, pulse the left knee into chest. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, pulse in. Inhale to lengthen, exhale, pulse in. Hold the left knee above the ground, pull it in and up to the belly. And then release the left leg to the ground, the left foot, over towards the right wrist as much as is comfortable. And again, you're just using the hands to support here. Even if you can travel down further or lower the upper body, just keep supported, making sure that the hips are nice and level. Focusing on the breath and on holding still in one place. Make one more inhale, filling the belly. On the exhale, you'll rotate onto the left side of the bottom or butt cheek. Swing that right leg up and over, crossing it over the knee. Inhale, both arms skyward. Exhale, rotate or twist to the right. Right hand behind the back, left elbow outside right thigh. If it's too much to twist over the knee, you can just release the left arm wherever is comfortable. Gazing over right shoulder. Filling the belly as much as you can on inhale, even though you're sort of compromised. On the exhale, unwind back to the center and cross the legs to a boat pose of your choice. Exhale, cross the legs, tap the toes to the ground. Inhale, boat pose, cross the legs, tap the toes to the ground. Inhale to boat, exhale to cross the legs, tap. Inhale, boat, and exhale, cross the legs to the tap. Inhale to boat pose one last time. Holding that boat pose, low back is firm. And exhale, release feet to the ground, connecting the legs firmly to the ground, lifting the skin up and away from the sit bones. Inhale, both arms skyward, and exhale, the seated forward fold, Paschimottanasana. Allow the hands to fall wherever they may, the shins or legs, the ground, the feet or toes, wherever's most comfortable for you and allows you to keep the legs connected to the ground. Be sure the feet are facing skyward. Shoulders are relaxed. On the inhale, lift back up to the seated position. And then plant the palms to each of your sides of body, right underneath the shoulders and the fingers facing forwards. And squeeze the inner thighs together and lift just the heels off the ground. Staff pose. And on your exhale, set the feet back down or heels down. Give the legs a little wiggle or shake, releasing the arms. And then once more, plant the hands back underneath the shoulders, fingers facing forwards. You can have two options, bending the knees. You can lift up to a tabletop position with knees at 90 degrees, or extend the legs to the end of the mat. And you'll lift on inhale the hips and bottom skyward, keeping the chest nice and expanded, either straight-legged or knees bent. You might feel a stretch along the shoulders. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly lower the bottom back down to the ground. Releasing the arms, making sure that skin is again lifted up and away from the sit bones. Inhale, lift the arms skyward, and exhale to one more forward fold. This time just a sort of relaxed forward fold. So you just allow the legs to be loose while still connected to ground, and upper body just folded over lower body. Then inhale up to a seated position, bringing both soles of feet to the ground and the knees wide. Grabbing the feet with the hands and pulling the feet towards the groin. On your exhale, you'll allow the body to fold forward just a bit, allowing the elbows, if they reach, to open or press gently into the shins or thighs. You don't have to press, that's only if your hips need that added slight pressure. Shoulders are relaxed. As you inhale back up to a seated position, bring the knees together and then just scoot the body forward so you're able to lie down on the back. We'll keep the soles of feet to the ground and the knees skyward, making sure the heels are just a few inches below the bottom. Press into the heels and hands. Lift the hips and bottom into bridge pose. You can keep the hands flat to the ground. If you're comfortable, you can lift one shoulder at a time and tuck the shoulders under, interlacing all 10 fingers. Get a little bit greater lift through the hips here. You're also not pressing into the neck, but supporting with the shoulders. Keep those inner thighs squeezed in together so the knees don't splay out. And slowly release the bottom back to the ground on exhale. You can just walk the feet out a few inches and slowly allow the knees to fall to the right side of body, really soft reclining twist. And then you'll allow the knees to fall to the left side of body, soft reclining twist. And then you'll just extend both feet up towards the ceiling, keeping the hands flat, back connected to the ground. And if it's in your practice, you can come up to a supported shoulder stand, drawing the elbows in close towards the rib cage, lifting the hips off the ground, supporting them with your hands. You're drawing, the chest is coming towards the chin, you're just keeping the gaze facing up. If this is not in your practice, you're lying flat on the back with the feet up the ceiling, towards the ceiling. Wherever your body feels best, you'll take another breath or so. If you are in supported shoulder stand, you'll slowly release back down one vertebra at a time, using the hands for support as you come down. And just allow the hips to release for a moment once you're back on the back. And then come to a more full reclining twist. So both knees will fall to the right side of body. Gaze will come to the left side. Arms are out to the sides. Just allow gravity to do the work here. As you inhale, you'll bring the knees back to the center. Just give a few rocks side to side to massage the low back, neutralize the spine. And then you'll exhale, drop the knees over to the left side of body, gazes to the right. Again, arms are out to a T, just relaxing. Focusing on filling the belly, the lungs, the upper chest with air. And your exhales, releasing the air and anything else that's not needed with you. On your next inhale, bring both knees back into the chest. Just taking a few rocks side to side to massage the low back. Opening the knees wide if you want to release the hips. And then just working your way into a comfortable reclining position, allowing the body to remain flat. And using the last few moments to just allow the body to relax, the muscles to relax. If possible, you'll allow the mind to relax as well. You can keep the palms faced up for a more receptive feeling, or feel free to flip the palms downward to feel more centered or grounded. Allowing the air to come with ease, air to be released with ease. A few more long breaths, air coming and going. And just very slowly allow a bend to the knees. Lifting the arms overhead on inhale, take a nice full body stretch. And very slowly find your way up to a seat, cross-legged seat if you can. Keeping the eyes closed if possible. Allowing the shoulders to still stack over the hips. Taking a quiet moment to reflect on your practice. Take a deep breath in through the nose, fill the belly, allow the air to enter. Exhale, release air throughout the mouth. Inhale, bring palms to heart center. Exhale, bow the head to the hands. Namaste. Thank you so much for your practice, for joining me today. Hope to see you soon.